Welcome home, everyone. My name is Paula Steenrod. This week's runners cross training is agility drills. This is week 5 of 6. Next week, we're just kind of covering full body, so total body. Probably you can just call it Paula's favorites next week, but this week's agility. So if you didn't grab your water, make sure you grab your water and let's get started. Let's make sure everything gets warmed up. We're going to be doing a lot of pogo stick stuff, a lot of lower body power drill kind of things, and of course, I will give you examples on how to bring it down or bring it up a notch. All right, let's get started with those ankles. Big ankle circles here. Make sure you're drawing a huge circle. Try to find every nook and cranny with that foot. And there's 2 and 1. Switch directions. So again, every nook and cranny with that foot. We want to make sure that ankle is fully warmed up. There's 2 and 1. Same other side. Bring it up. Ooh, get your balance. And as always, if balance is not your strong point, you can always find your trusty best friend called the wall. All right. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Switch direction. Big circles here. Big ankle circles. Excellent. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Knee circles, so knees come in, forwards, out, and lock. In, forwards, out, and lock. Let's do 3, 2. Always a great warm-up for running. Switch direction. This is one I do almost every single time before I go out running, are these knee circles. Just helps my knees know that they can move in every single direction. And 1. Step those feet out just a little bit wider than hips. Shift your hips over to your right, forwards, left, booty behind. We are trying to keep our head relatively still here. If I wanted you to look like egg beaters, I'd have you do the whole big gamut, but we're trying to just warm up hips here. All right, let's do 3. Nice. 2, and switch direction. So now right, forwards, left, booty behind. Beautiful. All right. 2 more here. There's 2 and 1. Choo-choo train shoulders. Just to warm up our spine. I probably don't do these before I go out on a run, but I just really like how they feel on my spine, so hopefully you do too. I am trying to move my entire spine. I'm not trying to look like a robot and just move at my shoulders. Yes, do I want my shoulders to move? Absolutely. Do I want my whole spine to move so it's warmed up? Absolutely. Let's do 2 and switch direction. Good job. Big swoops of those shoulders. There's 2 and 1. Cat-cow. Nice big inhale. Sternum comes out. Exhale, bring that spine back. Inhale, sternum comes out. Bring that spine back. Good. Let's do 3. Oftentimes my back cracks when I do this one, so I especially like this one just to get my spine moving. Last one. Good. Awesome. Just a little bit on the neck, because remember last week we learned vision is really important. So head comes down to your right shoulder, bring it up, cross diagonally through the middle to the left shoulder, come up left, diagonally down to the right shoulder, up right, diagonally down to the left shoulder, up left. Let's do 1 more here. Right, up, left, up. Now, right, come up left, down to the left shoulder. Go up right, down to the right shoulder. Up left, down to the left shoulder. Good. Let's do 1 more here. Oh, and again, love these. All right. Our first set. Remember that square jump we learned 2 weeks ago and repeated last week? Again, remember you can choose to do both legs or 1 leg. So it's square jump, forwards, left, back, and then right. We are going to stay on this right leg for our first 2 rounds, and we'll go one direction, and then the second round we'll go the other direction, and then same other side. The combined exercise we are doing in this set, so we're doing a Tabata set, 20 seconds on, 10-second break, are tippy-toe walks. So I don't have a lot of expansion here, but maybe you have more, but we're just going to be all the way up on our tippy toes, and we're going to walk forwards, oh yeah, and you know it, and backwards on those tippy toes. So just getting some awareness of all of our surroundings and balancing on those ankles and getting them nice and strong. Okay, let's get started with our square jump in 2 and 1. Remember, I'm going to start with my right leg. You might start with a different leg. You do not have to do single leg here. I am going forwards, left, back, and right. Just pay attention to what way you're going first so you know to go to the opposite way on our second set. There's 2 and 1. Good. All right, wherever you need to be to do your tippy-toe walk. Tippy-toe walk is next in 3, 2, and 1. Tippy-toe, tippy-toe. And remember, I don't listen to music while I'm doing this so that you can have whatever music you want on that motivates you. And of course, if you have a bigger span of space, please feel free to walk much farther forwards and backwards. Good, there's 2 and 1. Okay, I'm going to do my right leg again before I went forwards left. Now I'm going to go left, forwards, right in 2, 1. So I'm going to go left, forwards, right? So again, working those agility drills, those explosive muscles in our calf muscles here. Well, nobody said I was perfect at this, so it's good that you get to see me fail too. All right, there's 2 and 1. Good. Next round, so we're halfway through the set. I'm switching to left leg. Tippy-toe walk in 2 and 1. Bring it forwards. Now, if you choose to be like outside and you incorporate this drill into your cross training, you can always like pick a spot. Okay, I'm going to go and walk halfway across the football field or whatever it might be. There's 2 and 1. I'm going to complete my backwards because I like to have things even. Okay, I'm going to go left leg. I'm going to go forwards, right in 2, 1. So forwards, right, back, left. We've got it. This is my little bit more challenging leg. Nice job, nice job. You'll notice we didn't do any glute activation this week, so hopefully you remember what those look like. There's 2 and 1. Good. Back to those tippy-toe walks. Again, a lot of single leg stuff for running. There's 3, 2, 1 tippy-toe walk. So and a lot of like landing on our toes or needing that good ankle stability. So you'll notice today in a lot of these agility drills, we're going to really be working on having some stability. There's 3, 2, and 1. Good. We got one more round. One more round. Hang in there with me. Okay, I'm going back to that left leg. This time I'm going right away in 2, 1. So right, forwards, left, and back. Good. And again, please, please, please don't think you have to do these single-legged. Both legs are perfectly acceptable. Nice job. 5 more seconds here. There's 2 and 1. Good job. One more tippy-toe walk for me. One more tippy-toe walk. We'll move on to our next set. There's 3, 2, 1. Tippy, tippy, tippies. And walking. So for any guys doing this, you might be like, oh my gosh, is this what women feel like walking in those super high heels? Kinda, but not really. I think this is easier, but that's just me. There's 2 and 1. Good work. All right, let's move on to the next set quick. For this set, we are going to use a set of hand weights. You can use 2 textbooks. You can use cans of soup. If you have a little set of hand weights, great. In fact, you probably could just use your body weight. It is going to be a wide overhead press. So same timing, 20 seconds on, 15-second break, 2 different types of exercises. Our first exercise is going to use those hand weights. And what I want from you is to keep these arms as wide as possible. So oftentimes you see people start here and shoulder press to narrow. I want you to start wider so you don't get that extra rest of being in. You have to stay out, and then your arms also stay out. Because every time you come to the top, there's a little bit of a rest. And every time you come all the way down to the bottom, there's a little bit of a rest. So no rest. For those of us trying to cross train, we're going to keep it wide and keep it wide. That way we're working that endurance. If you want to keep holding on to these weights for the second exercise, more power to you. You don't have to. Stiletto squats. I told you, we're going to rock those calf muscles today. So toes, toes, toes. I'm up on those tippy toes. Weights come in front of me here. I'm going to come all the way down nice and slow and then push all the way back up. Like so, and trying to stay on my toes the entire time. Okay, no time like the present to get started. We're going to start with that wide overhead press in 2, 1. So push and down, push and down. A couple of other pointers here. If you have a wider base with your legs, it's a little bit easier. Narrow is fine, but bend the knees and keep that tail tucked underneath you. Oftentimes you get a lot of people standing like this, and then they're not using their abs, and their lower back has to take everything. There's 2 and 1. Good. I'm going to just bring my weights in. I'm going to come up on those tippy toes. There's 2 and 1. Bring it down. Now, even if you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I don't know how she does this, that's how far that I can go. That's perfect. We're burning out those quads with that eccentric contraction because we have to kind of do these a little slow because we're balancing, right? There's 2 and 1. Excellent. Okay, I like to keep my feet just a touch wider than hip width here. Bend your knees, arms come up in 2 and 1. Is your tail tucked? Remember, nice long spine here for me. Oh, I'm going a little too high, aren't I? Whoops. So keep your tail tucked, rib cage tucked, long through the spine. All right, power up those shoulders. Here we go for 3, 2, 1. And if you want, for like relative sake, I have 5-pound weights while I'm doing these. I probably could do 8, but I don't have 8-pound weights. So there's 3, 2, 1, tall on those tippy toes, come down. Now, not everybody's knees do this, right? So just come down to where your knees allow. But again, we are working that ankle stability, burning out that eccentric contraction with your quads. There's 3, 2, 1. I remember the first time I did those, they were very effective. Let's just put it that way. There's 3, 2, 1, push and down. Good. Push and down. Keep that tail tucked, long through the spine. Remember, arms stay wide. Keep those arms wide. Oftentimes, runners don't work their upper body, and we really do. Once your legs and your core start to get tired, and they will, you can really rely, there's 2 and 1, on your upper body as kind of a backup powerhouse. Like, keep moving the arms, right? There's 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bring it down and up. Good job. Down and up. How about, are you on those toes? Stay on the toes. Stay on the toes. Stay on the toes. You've got it. We're almost there. There's 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got one more set. One more set. You're almost there. Hang in there with me. Tuck your tail, soft knees. There's 2, 1. Push and down. Push and down. Are you tall through that spine? Try not to get too complacent and like, I know shoulder presses aren't the most exciting move in the world, but try to be nice and tall here. Use the muscles you have. All right. Almost there, almost there. There's 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. We got that stiletto squats left. We're going to take a little bit of a water break here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down and press. So you can even see I end up taking like breaks if I get like a little too wobbly. I need to just reset, right? So I've been doing these for, gosh, almost 20 years. So don't think that they're easy. They're not. 2 and 1. Awesome job. Grab some water. Okay, how was your water break? Hopefully it was great. Our next set is going to be a great lunge sequence. We're going to do each exercise for about 30 seconds, and we're going to try to do 2 rounds. I want to be careful here just because if you're not used to doing a lot of lunges, I don't want to overdo it for you because it's literally 3 different lunge exercises back to back. If you start to get fatigued and you're like, oh my gosh, hit pause, take a break. Maybe you just skip the last part of the section. Just be mindful of your own body and where your body is at, okay? Our first one, I call them bowing lunges, but you're going to come and you're going to step forwards. Again, I am limited by my space, but you may not be. You might be in a park, which will be great. But you can come forwards. You're going to bow into that front leg and then hike up as you come in to that front leg for standing and then thrust that knee into the air. And then it's a walking lunge. So you're going to come forwards, bow, right, and then thrust up. So also a balance move. Okay, our second lunge that we're going to learn or go through, I like to just hold my hands here and by my heart or heart center. You're going to come forwards into that stepping lunge, rotate towards the front leg, rotate towards the back leg, thrust up. Come forwards. I think we did these last week too, yeah? Rotate towards the front leg, rotate towards the back leg, thrust up. All right. The third lunge exercise that we're going to do, we're going to grab that hand weight again, or soup can or water bottle, whatever you have. This is one of my new favorites. It's a little bit easier, so if you're not used to doing lunges, I would say maybe save yourself for this last one. I might be, biased, but that's fine. So it's going to be run, lunge here. So you're running here, and as you come up, so my right leg is forwards, weight is in my right hand. As I come up and thrust into that knee, I also move my weight up. This is not going to be as explosive of a move. Your shoulder doesn't really necessarily like that, especially if this is new to you. 1, 2, it's loaded, right? You have a weight there. Okay, so like I said, 30 seconds of each. Let's just give them a try. We'll go through round. We do have to do 2 rounds because we have 2 legs for this standing, but again, watch yourself. If that's going to be too much, just alternate your legs at the very end. I'll explain that when we get there. Okay, so 30 seconds, walking with a bow and then lift. I'm just going to do alternating step forward lunges. You can join me with that if you wish. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to come forwards, bow, and thrust. And I'm just going to step myself back, forwards, bow, and thrust. So if you can walk, fantastic. I would be walking right at you, which might be a little strange, and I might become decapitated, right? Okay, we got 10 more seconds here. Nice job. There's 2 and 1. We switch right into that next lunge. Forwards leg, backwards leg, thrust. Nice job. Lunge, forwards leg, back leg, thrust. Good work. Keep going. Forwards leg, back leg, thrust. Beautiful. Woo! And forwards leg, back leg, thrust. 5 more seconds here. There's 3, 2, 1. Grab a hold of your weight. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. 15 seconds here. Again, I'm going to do right leg, right arm. And now it's basically a running lunge with that shoulder press in 3, 2, 1. Lunge and press. Good. Lunge and press. So from the side. So notice I'm not, yes, I'm kind of thrusting up, but I'm not trying to really crank on my arm because, again, that's loaded. The arms aren't usually used to being loaded this way and then cranked around. So be careful there for yourself. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we just did right arm. We're going to go back, do those other 2 one more time. Yeah, and then we'll do left leg. So what was the first one? What was the first one? Oh, bowing lunges. There's 2 and 1, right? Come here, bow and lift. And you feel like, why are we doing these? Because I really want you to target the back of your leg while you come up, right? So when I come here, I want to really come up using the back of my leg. And that bow helps to accentuate that. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, step it forwards, forwards lunge, rotate front, rotate back, thrust. Good. Step forwards, rotate front, rotate back, and thrust. Good. You guys are doing great. Rotate front, back, and thrust. Hopefully you're able to do some walking, but as you can see, I'm just doing a step back lunge. Works perfectly well. There's 3. Let's get that other leg in there, shall we? Make sure we're even for the day. Good. We got 10 seconds. 10 seconds. This time, left arm, left leg. Left arm, left leg. There's 3, 2, 1. We got that lunge and push. Lunge and push. Good work. You're almost there. A little bit of a longer set, but not terrible, right? Beautiful. Push. Good work. Here we go. Here we go. You've got it. You've got it. Give me 10 more seconds. Again, you can always cut out any of these. They're all just tools for you to use. There's 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Are you super grateful for that water break now? I am. Okay, now we're going to move to the floor. So grab a mat. Welcome to your mat. Nice job. You made it down to the floor. I also grabbed a yoga block. If you don't have one, not a big deal. Maybe you have a textbook, probably smaller kind of textbook or a wide. The shoe, the base of your shoe or like the sole of your shoe would work as well. So what we're going to do first, this is going to be part of our cool down. We're going to come down to our mats. And what we're going to do is take your yoga block or the base of your shoe and you're going to put it in between your knees. No bridging, but do make sure your pubic bone and your hip bones are on the same plane so that they're basically, so if you laid a flat board on them, the flat board would be parallel with your floor. And all we're going to do is squeeze the block. So nice big inhale, easy exhale, squeeze. We're going to walk out to about a medium step. So one little step, nice big inhale, big exhale, squeeze. Good. And then you're going to step out one more. Nice big inhale, big exhale, squeeze. So I don't know about you guys, but anytime I start to do any kind of longer distances, my inner thighs hurt, and they need to work really hard while I'm running. And my lower pelvic muscles really need to work really hard because they're supporting all my guts while I'm like pounding the pavement, right? So this exercise should help us with that. It's going to engage inner thighs and that lower pelvic floor. Nice big inhale. So we're going to do it 5 times total. So join me. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Good. Take a step out. Nice big inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Nice big inhale as you walk out. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Bring them back. Tuck them in. Nice big inhale. Squeeze. Excellent. Step it out. Nice big inhale. Squeeze. Good. Step it out. Nice big inhale. Squeeze. And bring it back. All right. Let's do one more. Nice big inhale. Squeeze. I know I said 5 times, but I have one more hamstring thing I want us to do, so I'm running out of time. Nice big inhale, squeeze, good, and then step it one more time, good, nice big inhale, squeeze, and good. All right, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Take whatever you had between your legs and bring it out. I'm going to put mine up and over here. We're going to roll onto all fours. We're going to do a hamstring curl and then a press. Just to give you an idea, we're going to do it each side for a total of 2 minutes, but we'll go 1 minute one side, 1 minute the other side. If you're on a hard floor like I am, you might want a little extra squish for your knees, so get that set. We're going to bring that leg out. And again, we might have covered this one in the core moves, but it's always a really good one because it helps us really determine, are we holding up that lower back? So are we drawing up through those lower abdominals? And this is a good time to practice it at the end of a class, because this is going to be your powerhouse at the end of that run. This is what's going to help you not feel it in your lower back at the end of a run, right? So tuck that tail, lift the leg, we curl in, hamstring curls. Watch the heel. Oftentimes you're going to get your heel tilting in towards the center line, and you want to try to keep it as close to in line with your hamstring as possible. And then the second exercise, we're just going to push up to the ceiling. Notice my leg doesn't go much past parallel, because as soon as I start to do that, I start to compromise my lower spine. All right, 30 seconds of each, and we'll do both sides twice. Nice big inhale, bring it up, reach out and curl, out and curl. The rest of your body, hands or fingers, are going to be nice and wide here. You're going to lengthen through the top of your head, push the back part of your head towards the ceiling. Excellent. Keep the tail tucked. How's that lower spine doing? Are you using your lower abdominals? Excellent. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot comes bent. Push. Good. Push, push. Now this one's probably more tricky, because when you push, you're going to want to push up as high as you can, and then you collapse into that lower back. So you really have to use those abs to make sure that you're not collapsing into that lower back, keeping it long and strong here. All right, here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, same other side right away. So curl and reach, curl and reach. Excellent. So now that you know this is just another tool, we'll go through it once. We do want to stretch at least your calf muscles out a little bit. We did all that jumping at the beginning, and some butt stretches here. All right. 10 more seconds here. Check in. You're always checking in. I think people don't think this exercise is hard. There's 2 and 1. Push up, because they're not checking in. And don't worry if you're like, oh yeah, I totally wasn't doing that. I totally was that person. I totally was that person that wasn't checking in, and I was like, yes, let's get that big butt movement. This is how I feel that. Not necessarily. If you are really using those abs and really using that butt, you don't have to have that huge movement. All right, there's 3, 2, and 1. Good. Push it back for me. I want your palms up to the ceilings. This externally rotates your shoulders. Oftentimes you see a lot of runners with internally rotated shoulders. Those shoulders that kind of are hunched forwards with the low head. I don't want you to be that runner. That runner tends to not be as efficient. I want you to be an efficient runner with a long spine so your brain can communicate with your body efficiently, right? I want your shoulders to be not necessarily externally rotated, but I don't want them to be internally rotated either. Again, that helps with efficiency if they're in their sockets appropriately. Excellent. Nice big inhale. Easy exhale. Roll up. Try to keep your feet flat here. Try. And it might be hard. Good. We want nice stretch in the front of those ankles. Inhale, lift if you can, if it's okay on your ankles. Good. Reach up through the front of the belly. And then exhale, bring those arms down. Now tuck the toes, sit back again. Again, this might be really hard for some people, but try to sit back on your heels. Get a good stretch in those toes and calf muscles if you can. You might just be here and be like, yep, I got it. Thanks, Paula, this is great. And that's fine. I couldn't do this for years because I had a foot injury and my foot was like, no. So if your body's like, no, we're tapping out now, then listen, okay? Big inhale, arms come up. Good. And exhale all the way down. That's it. Next week is a full body, or we can just call them Paula's favorites. So I can't wait to see you then. Till then, take care.